What do you suppose that big red X means, Dad? Good morning, good morning. Why would a maple syrup farmer need a sawmill? Well, the original idea was during 2021, there was just so much disruption in the supply chain. We managed to mitigate all of it. We took care of our customers. Our customers never felt pain, which, geez, I don't even know. Saving people from pain, sometimes I don't even know if you really get credit for it. But we recently brought on a new contract, and we wanted to make sure that we did what we said we would do. That's really important to me and my team. So we were basically making sure that we could get containers, so either glass or plastic jugs. We were making sure that we could get caps, labels, maple syrup. You know, there was a bit of a short crop in 2021, and we wanted to make sure that we maintained our name and integrity. Even down to pallets. Our pallet manufacturer went out of business, and this is looking back, it was probably a terrible idea, but I wasn't going to let pallets stop us from making sure our customers got their orders. So that was the idea. Terrible idea. That is the mind of an entrepreneur. We have the ability to tell ourselves a story and then go chase the story. And that is both good and bad. So I had two reasons for buying this sawmill. The first was pallets. That was the reason to go get the sawmill. The second was sawing up some tap stain maple. And it goes back to the mind of an entrepreneur. We started putting maple syrup in bourbon barrels many years ago, and it is counter to what maple farmers are taught. You don't want off flavors. You don't want to cause any harm to the integrity of the maple syrup. And here I am putting maple syrup in a bourbon barrel, and by industry standards ruining the maple syrup, which is true, except it's such a good product and customers want it. And we're not hiding the fact that we're putting it in a bourbon barrel, because that wouldn't make sense at all. So we started to enter our maple syrup into maple syrup contests, and knowing full well that we would get flunked, failed. And we did. And I remember entering our maple syrup into the International Maple Syrup Contest, and we got rejected, just like I had hoped. And that is counterintuitive to what a maple farmer would want. But I took those pieces of paper and I framed them. And I'm proud of the fact that we were flunked by industry standards. So yeah, we took our bourbon barrel aged maple syrup, put it into the maple syrup contest, and it was rejected. And it's exactly what I thought would happen. Fast forward to sawmilling and milling and all of these channels that do saw up some lumber. I love a lot of these channels. And most commercial sawyers do not want to hit metal when they are sawing up logs. And a lot of them are hydraulically driven, so when you hit a spile, you are going to do some damage. With our manual sawmills, if I hit a spile, I'm going to ruin a blade. With a hydraulic sawmill, it's going to do a lot of damage, a lot of expensive damage. So to kind of give you an idea of what the reasoning was, is I wanted to saw maple trees that have fallen or have been harvested. They were at the end of their life and they had been tapped for years. So to give you an idea, here you go. These are spiles and they're metal. This one here is a 5/16. This one here is a 7/16, and you can see if you hit one of these embedded in a log, it's going to do some damage. So I kind of wanted to show this so you can see why. I mean, I don't blame commercial sawyers for not wanting to hit these, but I hope I hit one, because it would be really cool to hit a spile on a tree that's been there 70 years. The tree that we're milling in this episode is 120 years old. So there's a lot of history there, and I think this lumber is beautiful, but the industry rejects this lumber. So I thought, boy, this fits right along with the bourbon barrel aged maple syrup story, and just the mindset of a entrepreneur, and how we often do things the exact opposite way of everybody else. And I hope you enjoy the video. So this log,
yeah,
what is it?
it's a hard maple.
Is it?
Yeah.
And it's...
Somebody had tapped it many times. It was along the edge of a field,
So typically logs like this are not something you want to run through a sawmill?
they're not highly desirable, no.
Why is that?
The last one I cut had fence insulators, sap spiles, nails, you name it.
What does it do to the saw?
Cost you lots of money.
Does it break the blades, or does it break more?
Fence insulators will cause you a lot of grief because it's like cutting into a grinding wheel.
Are you running a bandsaw, or are you?
Yeah.
What brand bandsaw do you have?
I built it myself.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's
It's all
awesome.
hydraulic.
So you don't have to push on it. It does it
Oh,
itself.
absolutely not. Those days are over.
I'm excited I got a bandsaw mill.
Yeah.
It's manual.
Oh,
It's just a little guy. It's cute.
I had one for a long time. Yeah.
So this log is most likely may have some spiles in it.
Good.
I talked to Tom Allen the other day. He's like, yeah, we left that one. We didn't want that one.
Yeah. Yeah, we sold the other ones. I don't have a lot of demand for hard maple.
So that's a sugar maple.
Yep, that's a hard maple.
What do you think it weighs?
It's over 2,000 pounds, I know that.
Gotcha. It's a 12-foot.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It'll be beautiful lumber.
Right.
I've cut it before many times.
Yep.
But the risk is just so great anymore. And bandsaw blades are so incredibly difficult to get right now.
Are they?
I mean, I can only get 5 a month.
Are you serious?
That's it.
Oh my. It's a big log. I'd say it's heavy. Yeah, that kind of picked my truck up off the ground, Fred. you suppose that big red X means, Dad? My guess is they know there's spiles in it. So this is a metal spile. This is the newer style, so it's 5/16. It's made of aluminum. It's likely embedded in this log somewhere. There's the old style, which are 7/16, and they're cast iron. So there are some steel, there could be some steel spiles. This is why the commercial sawmills do not want maple trees that have been tapped. And to give you an idea, so there's a tap hole right there. Kind of looks like a belly button in there. There's a tap hole right there. A scar from being tapped. There's a scar from being tapped. See how it kind of looks like a belly button. But that's what they look like when they heal over. And there's another scar. So these trees are not sought after by commercial sawyers, because a hydraulically driven sawmill will run through this no problem until it hits a piece of metal. So this one's going to be Nate and Dave powered. So our theory is if we feel a piece of metal, we might ruin a blade, but we'll actually feel it. This weighs, we figure, about 5,500 pounds. It's too heavy for the tractor. We really just want the butt log where the tap stains are, where we think there's tap stains. 12.5 foot log. We're going to cut it to about 9 foot. And then the plan is to put boards across here and roll it from the trailer onto the log sawmill deck here. That's the plan. Figuring it out as we go.
Please be careful.
You want me to mark it? You got it marked.
You measure.
What do you think? everything is solid, huh? Well, how old is this tree, Dad? So, kind of looks like a maple leaf in the center, doesn't it? Check this out. Doesn't that look like a maple leaf? Oh, yeah. It's kind of cool. The center's a little punky. See that? The pith.
The ash up there I cut. Rings are probably 3 times wider.
What, than these?
How fast the ash grows compared to a maple.
Sugar maple.
Alright, now what?
Well, I think you could have used the handsaw and been faster. Dad, this is heavy. Steel sharpener here. So it files the rake at the same time, huh? So this guy. Ooh, that's hot, Dad.
Okay. There was some dead in that branch.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, you did pretty good. So I got to about 100. Well, right here. It's over 100 years old. This is heavy. I'm telling you right now, this weighs over 100 pounds. Alright, so...
I want to see you move this. I gotta go here pretty soon.
Oh, you want to see me move it?
Yeah. Roll that on there.
Uh-huh. Need little levers. Big length right here. I got a good grip right here.
Yeah, and then you're trying to roll it onto this.
Oh, let's hit this. Not free hit.
It's hitting your boards.
You know what? I don't have on the other side. I don't have my bunks up.
It'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
To roll it off first.
My log stuff's starting. That would have been bad. Would have been good footage though, Dad. She rolled off the other end. Water in it. Use clean water. We're just gonna cut it in half. Let me do it. Alright. You wanna see the top first one cut?
That's your other stops.
I don't have those set yet. Cut it right there. I don't think we're hitting anything. I got it cleared. I snipped this little wire for the hour meter last time, so if I do ever sell this, it might have an extra hour on it. So, snip. I think that's how you do it. Alright. There we go. On. I think you can go higher RPM than that. I don't like the shaky.
Cut the top of the last time.
Cutting real wood. I think I got a good throttle. Better than it was. Let's go for it, Dad. Go for it. You dirty dog. There we go. All right. Okay, well, there she is. Beautiful wood in the world. I've been waiting to do that a long time. So here's the tap holes. There it is. Some grain in this. Beautiful lumber. Tap stain maple. So we'll take another slab off this guy. Move this slab out of the way and take another one off, see what we find.